Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria, back to you with another review, this time reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 1, called Mile High Matrimony. Now, this was a long break, okay? I think Married at First Sight Season 16 ended in June, July. That's okay. We needed this break. Am I upset Married at First Sight came back? I'm indifferent, okay? Because I'm okay with the break of just relaxing, not having to worry about to watch a show and do a review. But at the same time, Married at First Sight is just, it's good in the beginning, but then I get annoyed by the end. So, since it was like a decent break, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for season 17. We are in Denver, Colorado, and we already started with the BS, okay? Because we start off immediately with Michael about to get married, okay? He's one of the people who got chosen. And I'm just like, oh, we're going straight to the weddings. I'm like, wow. Married at First Sight producers are listening to us, right? We're starting off with the weddings. We're going straight into it. I was getting excited. I was like, yes, let's switch up the formula and then we could just get through this, a lot quicker than the past few seasons that we've been going through. No, they just wanted to show this scene because we're going to start right back from how we usually do. So in this scene, we see Michael walks down the aisle waiting for his bride. 15 minutes go by. I think 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes, 20 minutes go by, and then she finally walks down the aisle just to let him know she can't do this. So then you see obviously there is no wedding. So he's sitting down distraught while his groomsman is trying to, give him a good pep talks, and I'm just like, I feel bad for him. I'm like, poor Mike. We don't see who the girl is, but it's like you see snippets of her throughout the episode, like when the girls get together for the bachelorette party. But for me, I'm just like, why are they not showing the girl? Like, did she say, oh, y'all better not put me on camera or I'm going to sue you guys? But I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm sure she signed some type of contract that technically you guys could show her. I don't know what the dealio is with that, but I'm like, the fact that they didn't even show who. I watched the matchmaking special. Did I pay attention to the matchmaking special? No, I did not. That was really background noise while I cooked and stuff. So, I don't even know if they showed who Michael matched with. But in this episode, you don't see who she is. Like, they don't show no footage of her telling her people she getting married or her getting ready for the wedding. So, I really don't know what transpired. Hopefully maybe the after party could let us know or the reunion will let us know. So I don't know, but I guess we'll find out later. So after that little scene at the wedding, that's when we go to the 2 weeks earlier when everybody telling their peoples that they're getting married. So we start off with Mike and he's telling his friends that he's getting married. They're excited and happy for him. Then we get to Emily and Brennan. Okay, they're the first official couple that's like gonna be doing this thing. So Emily, she has lunch with her friends and tells them that she's getting married. For the most part, they're happy for her, except for one friend. I guess that's going to be her maid of honor. I think her name is Lillian, who expresses that, she's a person that really just cares for herself too much. And she's worried that she may not care for the other person as much. Yes. While I can understand being somewhat concerned, she's never been in a relationship, okay? She's 29, never been in a relationship, and about to get married at first sight. Now, I don't know if I would do that, not being in a relationship, but if she wants to, go by all means, go ahead. They chose her, so, I guess she was good enough. But as far as a friend, I don't know. It's just, for me, it's always about not what you say, but how you say it. And the way that Lillian said it seemed like she was coming off a little bit, hateration. So I didn't appreciate the way she said it, but I could understand her concern of what she was trying to say in regards to, listen, you seem like a little too self-centered. I don't know if you're going to be able to, think about, listen, I got a husband now. I got to think about him too in a scenario and situation. So, homegirl Emily gets a little emotional in regards to that. And, listen, the friends have valid concerns, okay? But clearly she's going to go through with it anyway. So at this point, your concerns is going through one ear, not the other. So then we move on to Brennan. He tells his friends over drinks and a card game that he's getting married. So they seem to, like, whatever. Okay, congratulations, I guess. Are you sure you're ready for this? Whatever. Because I feel like his friends are kind of just like, okay, we already seen what you was trying to do. You already told us what you was going to do. So I guess we don't have to just do this on camera, even though technically you already told us like 2 days ago. So they seem like, okay, congratulations, we'll see how that works out. And then we get to Orion. He tells his family and friends that he's getting married. They're happy for him. It's you already know how the first episode is very brief, okay? Because there ain't no real drama and all that stuff. So then we get to Lauren. She tells her friends that she's getting married. They're kind of skeptical about it, but of course they're going to support her at the end of the day. And Lauren and Orion are the second couple that's going to be getting married. Third couple, we got Austin and Becca. Okay, Austin tells his family that he's getting married. His sister, it seems like she's happy for him. The dad is kind of 50-50, and the mom isn't happy. Well, you know what, Mom? Because, she showed how much she was just opposed to this whole thing, and, he doesn't understand, it's so different than, traditional style. Listen, this is season 17. Okay, this is not season 1. Season 1, I can understand, like, okay, this is season 17. We are in 2023. There's so much crazy things people do to meet up, to fall in love. At this point, you should know at your grown age, ma'am, how things worked back in the day is not how things work now. Granted, I get the concern. Granted, I can understand you looking at your son like, you sure you want to do this? But at the same time, it's just, it is what it is, okay? Just be happy for your son, pray for him, and hope that, he don't come out of this scarred or burned by homegirl, okay? So, listen, who knows? Sometimes it works out. Listen, just because Married at First Sight don't have the best track record doesn't mean it don't work out for some people, okay? Some people do genuinely seem happy with their matches and seem so well put together. Every season I have to bring up Amani and Woody, stuff like that, so it can work out. It can work out. Like I said, the chances of that happening are not the best, but, everybody goes for that, little 1%. So, listen, Mom, you may not be happy, but at the end of the day, what you gonna do? Because he's still going to go through with it, right? Okay, we didn't get to Becca. She tells her friends that she's getting married. They're happy and excited for her. That's great. Move on to Cameron and Claire. They're the next couple that's going to be getting married. Cameron tells his family and family friends that he's getting married. They're surprised and shocked, but seem like ultimately they're going to support him no matter what. Then we get to Claire. She tells her family and friends that she's getting married. Everyone is shocked and excited for her, and these are her set of friends and family are the only ones who seem like the most genuinely happy and excited for her. Like, they're just crying over the moon. And I'm like, see, that's what y'all need. You need friends that's just going to support you no matter what. And granted, you do need some real friends who are going to be like, listen, bro, like, are you sure? Because, I know you like this, so I don't know if you're going to be able to do it like that with someone you don't even know. And so, you do need the real friends, but at the same time, it's like, you got to have friends that's just going to support you no matter what crazy thing you do. They're just going to be on, let's do this. That's Claire's friends. So that's, good for her. She got nice friends and family that's, going to do all that stuff. Okay. And then after that, we get everybody going dress shopping and tuxedo shopping. We start off with Emily and Brennan. So she goes to try on dress after dress after dress after dress after dress. You can tell clearly she's nervous. And, I can understand. First off, she's never had a serious relationship in her whole life. Okay. Second off, the jitters, the nerves. Actually, pause. Before we go on with the thing. So, I watched the show, obviously. I wrote down notes. Did I listen to every detail? They said no, because, the first few episodes is a drag. So, I know she's never been in a relationship or like a serious relationship, but I'm going to assume maybe she's had relations before. I'm just very curious to know. I don't remember her mentioning that she's a virgin, but I'm just very curious to know. Anywho, back to this show. So she's trying on different dresses. She's nervous, of course. And I can imagine it's like, never been in a serious relationship. I'm going to be getting married for my first serious relationship. So, she just wants to make sure whatever she wears is perfect for homeboy Brennan. So, the friends try to calm her down and stuff. And, once again, bring up the concern that she's never been with a guy. So maybe that's why she's like acting so crazy and whatnot. I'm like, are we going to keep bringing up the fact that she's never been in a serious relationship for the rest of the season? Because I'm already annoyed. Y'all said it too much in this episode. Like, y'all could have just sporadically did it throughout the season. No, we just putting it all in the first episode. Because I feel like if I take a shot for every time they mentioned this is her first serious relationship, I feel like I would be drunk. Because already I don't drink like that, so I don't have the highest of tolerance for alcohol. So that on top of this, I'm drunk. But anyway, she chooses the dress. It's simple and sexy, so I'm like, oh, okay, it's cute. She's a wild party girl, so I didn't feel like it fit her personality per se, just from what I've seen. But, she knows herself better than me. Her friends know her better than I do. So what do I know? So then when we get to Brennan to choose a tux, he first starts off with a burgundy, maroon, whatever tux. And then he chooses a nice classic black tux. Okay, cool, whatever. Nothing extravagant to say here. We then move on to Lauren. She goes dress shopping and she gets very emotional because unfortunately her mother passed away earlier that April. I'm assuming this season was filmed in 2022. So I'm going to assume her mother passed in April of 2022. So, she gets very emotional of the passing and, she wishes her mom could be there to help her choose a dress and stuff. And since it's still fresh, so of course she's like very in her emotions. Understandable, girl. If you need to get all the emotions, I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Losing a mom, I can only imagine. Okay, so, excuse me, never happened to me, but listen, whatever emotions you gotta go through, get through it. So after that, she has like 2 dresses that she's stuck on. She even calls her aunt and, everybody's saying dress option number 1, but she went with dress option number 2. Now, both look nice on her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go where everybody else says. I like the dress option number 1, but, it's her wedding, it's her dress. She's going to be the one that's wearing it and feeling, how she feels in it. So she chose the second one. Okay, that's cool. I'm just saying, I like the first one better. And then when we get to Orion, he for him and his tux shopping, he first chooses like a green suit, which I think, he seems like a person with a lot of pizzazz and flair and whatnot. So it's like, it seemed like it was a toned down version of his pizzazz and flair. So I'm like, okay, I can dig it. But then he goes with a blue suit or navy blue suit that his family and friends said, okay, you should wear this one. This looks like more up your alley. So I'm like, either one looked good to me. So, I mean, the blue one looks good. And then that's when we get to the bachelor and bachelorette party. So for the bachelorette party, like I said, I could have sworn Michael's girl was there too in the green dress that's kind of hanging out in the background. So it's like they didn't confirm that's her, but just looking at her like physique and just appearance versus the girl that was standing at the altar with Michael, I'm like, I think that's the girl. But obviously, I guess we're not going to know because the producer playing. So obviously, there's strippers there. Emily is stupid drunk. She's the drunkest out of all the girls that are there on the show. And Becca ran away from the strippers, which it's funny because it coincides with what their partner is doing in the bachelor party. So for Emily being like the stupid drunk, I don't think Brendan was drunk, but he was entertaining the strippers too because Emily was entertaining the strippers. Brendan was entertaining the strippers, okay. And then we have Becca. She was running away from the strippers. And Austin, which is Becca's partner, kind of was running away from the strippers too and like putting coats over them. Like, okay, you don't need to be doing this, girl. You don't need to do all this. So I like that, the fact that it coincided with what their partners were doing. So it's making us believe that, they must be the perfect match because they kind of are the same, which is not always the case. But, that's what we're going to go with here, I guess. So then we have Lauren, that's when they sit down and have, conversations about sexual parts. And Lauren's talking about, listen, when it's too big of a size, like, I'm good. I don't need to be doing all that. And then her partner, Orion, at the bachelor party talking about he got a girth certificate. And it has effed up some relationships because of his girth was he was too big and well endowed down there that it kind of, made a little riffraff in some of his relationships. Well, good luck to you guys because it's seeming like it's not going to work. But then again, you never know, okay? People just be talking the talk, okay? So who's to say Orion really has a girth certificate? Like, not literally, but figuratively, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Orion, if you say so. Listen, I really don't care, okay? Because that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all Laura, okay? Lauren, not Laura. But okay, sure, Orion. I guess Lauren will let us know, I guess, if y'all ever even get to that point. But other than that, looks like they had a good time. The male strippers, they were okay. The female strippers, I'm like, okay, white girl, okay, Snow Bunny, do your thing. Listen, I'm just like, I'm not mad at it, okay? I got to work on my moves. So they put me to shame. I was like, oh, all right. The male strippers do better. I feel like the female strippers always come correct versus the male strippers. I don't know why. Okay, so after that, there's nothing else really to take from the bachelorette or the bachelor party, because then we get to the wedding day. Who's first to get married is Brennan and Emily, and they go through the whole ordeal, waking up, getting ready, having conversations with their family and friends, getting emotional, more so on Emily's side versus Brennan's side. And we get to the wedding. Once again, I was watching this. I was taking my notes, but I wasn't, listening word for word. I was still on my phone doing what I do. But I don't recall them exchanging gifts. But I guess later on in the season or the next episode or two, we're gonna find out what gifts they got each other. So that's nice. And then we get to the wedding ceremony. Brennan walks down. Everything's good. Takes a little bit of a minute because Emily got to get herself together. But eventually she walks down the aisle. They smile at each other. They look like they're both happy with what they see. Brennan did say that Emily looked beautiful. She didn't say nothing about how he looked. So I don't know if she's feeling old boy. But, maybe it's just the ankles was exposed. Because, me personally, high-waisted pants with the shoes, that when guys wear those shoes that be having their ankles showing, they don't got no socks on and stuff. I mean, it's the modern look, but it's just not for me. But okay. So maybe the ankles, seeing his bare ankles, and his tugs kind of, made her a little cautious, but, she knows herself better than me. Listen, I'm just saying, because I'm just like, he said you look beautiful, and he's just like, thanks. In that moment, I want to be like, thank you. You look good too. Now, if you really thought he didn't look good, I mean, if I was in this scenario and the guy told me, oh, you look beautiful, I'll be like, thank you. You look nice yourself. I don't think I would say, like, not say anything. That's just not who I am. I mean, you'll be able to tell a difference if I really think you look attractive versus if I don't think you look attractive. But she didn't say nothing. So, like I said, we're not talking about me, we're talking about her. She didn't say nothing, and I thought that was a little bit rude. But okay, she could just gonna eat it up, all the compliments. And we get to the vow. She had like 2-page letter, 2 long page letter. And she mentions that she'd never been in a relationship or a serious relationship before. And I'm just looking at her like, why would you say this? Like, I understand, y'all getting married, y'all gotta be transparent, but that could have been a conversation post-ceremony when you guys are sitting down over champagne, over the Married at First Sight champagne, and then mention like, okay, this is my first serious relationship. Even though we all gonna see it anyway because it's on national TV. But I'm just saying, that's like a conversation you have one-on-one after the ceremony. Like, I wouldn't have put it all out there, But, Emily's her own woman. And he does his vows. It was cute, I don't, because I really didn't write that much notes for the ceremony, because at this point I'm just like, we can move on. But after the ceremony, they kiss, and I even put my notes. They didn't kiss, they kiss, like it was kiss. So I'm like, that's cool, that's nice, and everything, and that's where the episode ends. So it looks like we're off to a good start. Hopefully the conversation goes well, because I understand y'all could be cool and calm, cool, collected in front of each other and at the altar. But when you guys get alone and one-on-one, it can get kind of awkward. So we're going to see how that goes on next week. And the rest of the weddings are, next episode, maybe the next 2-3 episodes, knowing how Married at First Sight producers work. But, I'm just glad it was 2 hours, okay? Because some seasons, the first episode will be like 2.5 hours. So thank you so much for making it 2 hours. I really wish you guys could go back to the 1.5 hours episode, but it is what it is. So, am I excited for this season? I don't know, because I didn't take nothing from this first episode. It's really formalities for the first couple episodes. So we're going to see how it works. I'm still going to be reviewing it. I'm still going to be watching it. So I'm just, because Married at First Sight, we have a love-hate relationship, because on one hand, I keep watching because I'm entertained. But on the other hand, I be getting hella annoyed by the end. So that's why it's like, I love it in the beginning, hate it in the end. Not hate it, just annoyed by it. But other than that, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, listen, it's completely understandable, because this episode didn't give really anything other than the drama with Michael and Mystery Girl from the beginning. So I understand if you didn't laugh. Come back next week. Hopefully, since we're getting more into the groove of the whole season and whatnot, I'll have more jokes to put out there, so then you can laugh, and then you can subscribe then. Okay? Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. Comment down below what you thought about this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.